What makes this process especially problematic is how silent it is. Most people don't feel their metabolism slowing down. There's no obvious warning light or physical cue that alerts you to the fact that your body now burns fewer calories just to keep itself alive. As a result, individuals often continue eating and exercising in the same way they did in their 20s or 30s, unaware that the caloric balance has shifted against them. Even a modest daily caloric surplus, say, just 50 to 100 calories more than the body needs, can lead to noticeable fat gain over the years, especially when paired with lower physical activity and muscle loss. This is one reason why so many adults experience a creeping weight gain after middle age, despite claiming they haven't changed their habits. This metabolic slowdown isn't purely about aging, though. It's also strongly influenced by body composition. Muscle mass is metabolically active tissue. It burns calories even when you're at rest, while fat tissue burns far fewer. As people age, they tend to lose muscle, a process called sarcopenia, unless they're actively working to preserve it through resistance training and adequate protein intake. The less muscle you have, the lower your resting metabolism. This creates a dangerous loop. Less muscle leads to fewer calories burned, which makes fat gain more likely, which in turn can make physical activity harder and muscle preservation more difficult. There's also a hormonal component. Levels of key hormones involved in energy balance and appetite regulation, such as estrogen, testosterone, growth hormone, and thyroid hormones, gradually decline with age. These hormonal shifts not only affect where fat is stored, with more accumulating around the abdomen, but also how efficiently the body metabolizes nutrients. They can also influence hunger signals, satiety, and energy levels, making it harder to maintain a healthy weight through diet alone. And here's where a major warning comes into play. If these metabolic changes are ignored, they can snowball into much more serious issues. Fat gain in older adults is not just a cosmetic concern. It is deeply tied to the development of insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and even certain types of cancer. Visceral fat, the kind that builds up around internal organs, is particularly dangerous, and it tends to increase more with age, especially in individuals who are not physically active or who consume a diet rich in processed carbohydrates and added sugars. But despite these challenges, the news is far from all bad. In fact, one of the most empowering realizations is that many of the effects of age-related metabolic slowdown are modifiable. The decline in BMR may be inevitable to some degree, but the rate and severity of it can be influenced by lifestyle choices. Resistance training, for instance, is one of the most effective tools to counteract both muscle loss and the associated drop in metabolic rate. Just 2 to 3 strength training sessions per week can significantly help preserve lean mass and keep metabolism more active. Protein intake is another crucial factor. Older adults often consume less protein than they need, which accelerates muscle loss. By increasing high-quality protein throughout the day, especially in the morning and after physical activity, muscle maintenance can be supported and satiety can improve, reducing the risk of overeating. Sleep quality, often overlooked, also plays a huge role. Poor sleep disrupts hormone balance and increases cravings for calorie-dense foods, while reducing the body's ability to manage blood sugar. Prioritizing restful, adequate sleep supports better weight regulation and energy use. Physical activity, even light or moderate movement, helps. Daily walking, gardening, or stretching can improve insulin sensitivity, help regulate appetite, and burn more calories over time. And it's never too late to start. Research has shown that people who begin exercising later in life still experience meaningful metabolic benefits. There's a deeper psychological dimension, too. For many people, weight gain in later years feels like a failure of willpower, when in fact it's often a result of natural biological processes they were never educated about. Understanding that aging changes the playing field allows for a more compassionate and informed response. It's not about blame, it's about adjustment and awareness. In conclusion, while age-related metabolic slowdown is a real and significant contributor to midlife and older adult weight gain, it's not a destiny carved in stone. It's a challenge that calls for adaptation, not resignation. By being proactive, through strength training, smarter eating, improved sleep, and consistent movement, people can not only maintain a healthier weight as they age, but also preserve their vitality, mobility, and independence. Aging may slow metabolism, but it doesn't have to slow life.